Greetings, tea lovers. I'm not going to have this tea today, but I thought I would show you what I got all the way from Georgia. The Just Add Honey Tea Company. I've started this out and I already can't talk. This does not bode well for this day, does it? Except this is so beautiful. Wow, this is amazing. So I only ordered a few things because my budget was low. The shipping was the most expensive part. It was like $6.50, so wasn't priority, it was first class, but I think part of the issue was the weight and the packaging they used. I'm not sure if they really could have done better, but the box is really good and sturdy. It just kind of makes me wish I'd ordered more and had a little more budget, so I'll know that for next time to kind of get the value out of the shipping and how much packaging they use. They give you this beautiful card that tells you all about them. It'd be so nice. Two things I would say is what I recommend to companies, what I like with companies, when they do this postcard thing, if it has a discount on your next order, that kind of tempts you. But also there's no packing slip with it. So I had to go back and look up what I ordered. I ordered a lot of these things a little while ago when I got my little stimulus, and I carved out a little bit. Everything went to bills, and then a little bit went to tea. And I ordered things only off the list that I could find of businesses that were owned by Black people of color, and really wanted to support that and try some new things. So I wish I'd ordered a little more. I wish that they had put in a packing slip. It's okay that they didn't give me an enticing discount, because I'm not sure I can afford more. But after seeing this, I kind of want more. So they put this lovely tissue on top and have this pretty recyclable paper, shredded paper. So much better than peanuts, and it really does protect well. And you can always reuse it. Like Halloween's coming up. If I were doing a cute gift thing, I could repurpose it. I only got 3 teas, and I think they were pretty reasonably priced. They basically do 3-ounce tins for $15, and I think they have some jars and other things too. But 3-ounce tins for $15. An ounce of tea is $5 if you just want to try it out. And an ounce you can actually get quite a few cups of tea from, so if it's a loose tea. So this is Holy Basil, which is a marvelous tea. Lots of good things about Holy Basil. So I have some now. I'm excited. And Jasmine Blossoms, I was going to order 2, and then I just didn't because my budget was so tight. And they order it per the blossom. So these are the things. Let me pull it out. Where you put an entire blossom in your cup. And it opens up in the teacup. So this is a thing that I'm going to save for a very special treat. I actually have a small glass teapot, so I think I will make it in that and watch it open up, and it'll be really pretty. I wish I had the money to splurge and have an attractive little jar just full of these. It's about to be small. They're $2.50 each, which is not a bad price actually. So this was a treat for me, or will be a treat. I love how you can still see the color in there. There, it's focusing. Really pretty. And then finally, we have the full 3-ounce tea. It's in this really nice, sturdy metal tin with the plastic top, so you can see what's in there. If you put a magnet on this, you could actually put it on your fridge. So the labeling is really nice and clean on here. Farmer's Market is the tea that I got. And they've got this cute label, fancy without the fuss, sip a new tea experience. Let's see if I can read this. There are tomatoes and cucumbers in this fruity hibiscus blended loose leaf tea. No way. Yes way. And it's delicious. Trust us. I don't need to trust them because I have had cucumbers as tea and I've had tomato tea. Numi Teas, which is based in Oakland, used to make garden teas, and they were my favorite. I think they had a beet tea, cucumber, tomato, and carrot. and there might have been another flavor. They were amazing. So since this is actually dried fruit and it's a loose leaf, this should be awesome. So hibiscus, dried apples, cucumbers, tomatoes, rose hip, citrus peel, lemon, lime, and orange. Wow. It gives you steeping instructions on it. Gives you the justaddhoney.net for their website. And look at this tea. Look at all that goodness. And let me tell you, I took the lid off. It smells so amazing. It smells like a summer fruit bowl. It smells like being in the garden. Oh, it's just heaven. But you know what? I'm not going to have any. I might later, but I just wanted to show you what I got. And like I said, all together with shipping, it's like $30, which to me isn't a great value, but for somebody who's got income, it might be. I think the actual prices of the teas are very reasonable. So it's just making that shipping work for you as best you can. This is really nice though. Like, I would have hated to order one tea and paid $6.50 for shipping. But I'm so spoiled by some of these big companies that do free shipping on everything. But this is not a big company. And my whole room right now smells so good. You guys, you really should order this stuff. I can't wait to try it. I will try it on another day because today I desperately need caffeine. So I'm going to go find a black tea. I gotta tell you, it was really tempting to take that farmer's market tea and mix it with a black tea, but I should try it on its own right first. So today I'm going for a tried and true staple, Harney Sons chocolate mint flavored black tea. I love this tea. I also love their chocolate tea. True story. The first time I ever tried their chocolate tea was when I was kitty sitting for some friends, and they had this curiously beautiful tea tin on their stove. It was one of the more decorative Harney and Sons tins, and it said chocolate tea, and I thought, no way. I'd had some sort of chocolate flavored teas in the past, and they weren't that good, and I tried it, and this was just their regular chocolate, and it tasted like chocolate. I was really amazed. And their chocolate mint is really splendid. So I've made a pot, got my tea cozy on with my happy birds. I really wish it was fully reversible. I like the orange lining that's in here, but the inside of the top isn't finished. So you could reverse it, but it doesn't look as attractive up here. So I just know that orange is there. Very Piscean. Lots of orange today. That's just a coincidence. And then I've got my Ghosts in the Burbs Ouija board mug. Ghosts in the Burbs is one of my favorite podcasts. Liz Sauer is amazing. She's an amazing writer and storyteller. She has her own website where a lot of the stories are in just written format. She's written a couple books, fleshing out a couple of the things in the stories. She also does this wonderful podcast version that she narrates herself, and you just really want to listen to the whole thing from start to finish. It's a fantastic, and she's a great, like I said, great storyteller. Her voice is wonderful too. So she takes hiatus moments every once in a while to work on other things or just kind of rest in between, which drives her fans crazy, but I fully support it because every time she comes back, it's brilliant. So I really look forward to when she can write more books. That's great. She's also a mom and a librarian and, pretty busy. Has West Highland Terriers. I highly recommend Ghost in the Burbs. This is my breakfast for dinner that I'm having. I did not sleep well last night. We're in the beginning of a heat wave here. And, I just realized I left my fan on in the background, so I'm hoping it's not going to make a horrible hum through the whole video because I don't want to reshoot this, and it's not going to make sense to get up and turn it off now, and I'm hot, so I'll just try to be quick. So I made myself a bagel finally, a bunch of fruit, peaches and strawberries, and I scrambled up some eggs with kale, onion, mushroom, and red pepper. So that ought to be good. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Wow. It's just like, and it's not sweet chocolate, which is great. I mean, I suppose if you added a bunch of sugar to it, it would be. I know what it really tastes like. I don't know if you've ever had actual chocolate mint, the plant that is a mint leaf that is made to have a chocolate essence to it, and it smells so good. That is exactly like what this tea is. So I wonder if they used chocolate mint leaves when they made it. But I am going to enjoy this. I am also reading right now. Duh. Boy, this is how much I love you. I just realized my fan was still running and I turned it off. But when I was turning it off, a loud car just went by blasting oldies, and which was cool. But you could definitely tell if I had caught it that I live by Lake Merritt and it is the weekend and nobody cares that it's a pandemic. The food trucks are out there. The vendors are out there. The city's not doing anything about it. I personally think the city should pay the vendors to stay home so that they don't lose their livelihood, because you know they don't get unemployment. So it's not that I want these people to lose their businesses. I just want the lake to be safe because the crowds are so bad right now. But yeah, I mean, the party is going on regardless. The city is not doing anything to really curb it. They're talking a lot of talk, but that's it. And that's sad because people are dying. And Alameda County, our cases are up. So it's really, really sad. And that's where I live. So what I am reading right now, I'm still reading some of the same things. I am. But I just finished a book by A.J. Rivers, who I believe is a self-published anonymous author. I don't know if it's a man, a woman, if that's their real initials, called The Girl in Cabin 13. And it was, I think it was free or 99 cents. So I just bought it because I started reading a sample and it got me hooked. And wow, it was really good. And now I want to read them all. Sometimes there are some real surprises. So I'm still continuing a lot of the same stuff. I finished my Doyle Witch Cozy Mystery because I was short. I finished the Heirs of Locksley because that was short. One of these days I'm going to get into Carrie Vaughn's Kitty the Werewolf series because that looks really fun. And I got a bunch of free cozy mysteries that I probably won't read till sometime when I'm desperate. The thing I'm really excited that I'm reading right now is this book right here. Very rarely do I get to eat. Very rarely do I get to eat a book. Very rarely do I get to read a new release anytime close to its release. And that came up on my library hold. I put in a hold request for it almost immediately. And it's even longer waits on digital books now because that's what we're all doing with it being a pandemic. You know, I was doing it before. It's really great when you're disabled to have access to books this way. So The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. It's gorgeously written. It is basically about a couple of twins who grow up in a little town called Mallard, which is a town that was created for very light-skinned black people. And it does not protect them from white racist people, but it kind of insulates them, and they have their own prejudice against people with dark skin. So they're constantly comparing who's lighter in the town, and there's this whole other element of that internalized racism and the things that came from that. So it's just beautifully written. The two girls run away close to the beginning of the book to have their own lives, because even though they're lighter skin and they have privilege in their own town, they still have to work for white people as maids and be demeaned that way. And so they go off to have their own lives. And it's at a point in the novel, one of the daughters appears back at home with her child who is very dark-skinned. And I have not gotten very far into it, but I'm just riveted by the writing and the storytelling. And there's just so much to it. I mean, aside from the beautiful writing and the great story, There is obviously a lot of deep stuff that you can really dig into. So I'm really enjoying it so far, and I recommend it really highly if you can get your little mitts on it. I am going to pour myself some tea here, and then I'm going to dig right back into this book and eat my breakfast for dinner, which is just a tradition. You hardly ever see me eat a dinner. Maybe that'll be different when I live in a place with an actual working oven. This is really my comfort tea. And I recommend to try just add honey. Beautifully put together stuff, supporting a business right now during a pandemic owned by people of color who really could use a boost, and just really spectacular. I can't wait to try that tea. I will videotape my reaction. That's it for today. Have a good day. Be well. Drink tea.